that instead of trying and thinking outside of the box, you now have to enslave yourself for eternity. Ooh. That's how lazy you are. Nothing lazier than a man with a 9-to-5.
Have you ever wondered how to make millions of dollars as an entrepreneur? Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are reacting to Andrew Tate on the Rob Moore podcast. Apparently, he goes into in-depth analysis of how to make money online. He's going to give us the tools and tricks to become wealthy as entrepreneurs, business owners, and also if you work a 9-to-5.
Yeah, we'll see, because we react to so many Andrew Tate videos. If you go through our playlists on our channel, you can check out so many that we've done, but never has he actually talked about how to make money outside of just working hard. I'm curious to see if this video answers the questions that we're all kind of wondering.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
I like to argue that everybody knows something. So I like to challenge myself. So give me a normie job. Give me a normal job. Name a normie job.
Making coffee.
Making coffee. Boom. You're a barista. You're a barista. Now, I'm going to tell you how to get rich as a barista because I can think that fast off the top of my head.
Okay.
The problem with most people in the world today is not that they do a normal thing. It's that they do a normal thing and they don't try to be the best at it. So you can be a barista and you can just make coffees, or you can be a barista that makes the fancy coffees and can turn over all the cups and do like the tricks and all the garbage. We have a man who became a billionaire from salt.
Yes.
From salt. You can all put salt on. He did it the best. Bam. So the first thing you need to do is get very good at making coffees. That's the first thing you need to do. Be able to do it in a fancy way. Then you need to solicit attention. Well, if you can make coffees in a fancy way, and you can hire a videographer, you can then begin to make fancy coffees in a fancy way, and you can make it look good with a finalized product, and you can get a nice video made that's well cut with some fancy music. You can begin to put them on Instagram and solicit people to watch your Instagram page. Now you have attention. How do you then turn that attention into money after you began to show your fancy coffees? Well, you could, let's say, put together a course or an academy or write a book on the magic of coffee or the secrets of coffee. And you would put a mystery on it. Don't say, I'll teach you how to make coffee. No, say the secrets of coffee. You'd have a link in your Instagram page, and it would be $9, and it would tell people the secrets how to make coffee, for example. You'd start to sell that for $9. You'd make a couple hundred or a couple thousand, not too much, but you continue to make fancy coffees. People continue to go to your Instagram page and now sell the secrets of how to make coffee. Then, after people start knowing you as being a barista, you start to make these $9. You have $20,000, $30,000 in the bank. What you can do is launch your own coffee brand. You can go to Alibaba.com. You can find some coffee beans. You can put your face on it because your face is now a recognized brand. You can get your own coffee beans. You can begin to sell them on Instagram. Before you know it, you're making $10,000 or $15,000 a month. You can start to do tours. You can start to put posters on your Instagram or in your Instagram stories saying, I'm going to do master classes on how to make coffee, 20 people only, $1,000 each at this premium barista specialty coffee shop in London. The coffee shop will allow you to do it for free because they want people to know, get the advertising from you and your brand. You'll charge $1,000 each. That's 20 grand for a day to teach people how to pour milk in a cup. Boom. You've got a coffee brand. You've got an online school. You're doing seminars.
Okay, so what he really didn't mention, he did. I mean, he glossed over it because that was
funny.
That was funny, but there was a lot of value packed into that. So let's unpack it.
Okay, let's unpack it.
So step number one, I believe he didn't go into the steps that I would necessarily do, but what he did, which was really interesting, was he talked about brand. Because in order to sell coffee online, you have to have a recognizable face or else nobody's going to take you seriously.
And it takes time also by doing, your first video is not going to get 1 million views. It might get 200.
Yeah.
So it's about consistency. He's talking about over years, how you can grow from anything as long as you're using online to get your face out there. Because that's what he's talking about.
Well, the 1% better a day.
Yeah.
So if you get a video out and you want to learn how to make coffee, how you go back, and he talks about this on other podcasts about how whenever he goes on a podcast, he goes and listens to it 10 times afterwards to figure out every single word that he said, whether it was an or like.
He mentions it in this video.
Okay. So he goes into that and he says, I analyze my performance, and that's what made him a grandmaster, and his dad a grandmaster in chess, and that's when he was taught growing up.
That's why he's so good at communicating.
Yes. And so when it comes to a brand and making money online, is constantly reviewing and analyzing your content that you put out, just so that you're not repeating the same hamster wheel over and over expecting a different result, which is insanity, right? So for him, starting out with a personal brand, he had a personal brand before he became very, very wealthy, which catapulted him into being an influencer that he is today. But anybody can do that, is what the point he's making. If you want to be a barista and stop working at Starbucks, your 9 to 5, or whatever the crazy hours they do in retail, find something you love, become the best at that.
That's the thing I got out of all of it.
Yeah.
You have to become the absolute best at whatever you do. If you are not striving for that, you will still stay in mediocrity. You won't make much money. You have to want to become the best at it. It could become anything. The best painter.
Yep.
You could use everything he just said if you're a painter. Start painting stuff and have your brother or sister film it in a really cool way. Start putting that online. You know how many people make so much money online from their videos
How
of
to
just
fix
painting?
your dishwasher.
Yeah. How to anything.
Anything,
But it's
yeah.
about first step is becoming the absolute best.
What does
at
Sean Cannell at Think Media say? The hardest part for any creator when they start out is hitting record.
Exactly.
That is the hardest
You are going to
step.
suck in the beginning.
You're going to suck. You guys should go back and watch our first video. It's hilarious. I didn't even recognize myself.
You're so angry.
I was so angry. I was upset all the time. The color correction was horrible compared to what it is today. But everybody has to start somewhere.
Just
let's
start.
see where he finishes.
This is really entertaining.
You're a nobody. You worked in Starbucks. You were a loser. You put in a little bit of effort. Now you drive a Ferrari. Done. By extension, anyone who does not drive a Ferrari is a lazy idiot. It is that easy to get rich in the world today if you actually try. Nobody tries. Instead, he'll go to work every day, make the coffees, go home. Some people are so lazy that they will work every day instead of get rich. And they think because they're working every day that they're not lazy. I'll argue you're exceptionally lazy because you're so lazy that instead of trying and thinking outside of the box, you now have to enslave yourself for eternity. That's how lazy you are. Nothing lazier than a man with a 9-to-5. He ain't trying.
Okay.
The hole in the
So he says nothing is lazier than a 9-to-5. You can work basically enslaving yourself until you die. So what's the difference between hard work
Yeah.
and smart work? He says, and other podcasts as well, some people say work smart and not hard, work smarter, not harder. He says, no, work smart and hard, and that's going to double your efforts to make you more productive.
I've been saying that forever. I don't like the phrase work smarter, not harder, because it discounts what you have to do to become great.
The grind.
You have to work harder. In order for our society to function, we need certain 9-to-5 jobs. It's just, you're always going to have middle, upper, and lower class.
That's never going to change.
Yeah, you need to have the people that clock in from 9 to 5 to do construction. But what if you, on the side, taught people how to do construction and you started building stuff and then you taught people how to build stuff in their homes? That's what he's talking about. A lot of times people that have 9-to-5s, not dogging those people, but it's an easy way for them to clock in, clock out, and then mentally get out of it.
All right, let's do a call to action. Guys, in the comments, based off of what he just said, write down in the comments, what are you passionate about? What is something that you, as a 9-to-5 person, could start as a side hustle? Maybe you really enjoy music and you want to start making tracks, or you want to teach people how to fix their dishwasher. It can be anything on the spectrum. Write it down in the comments. We'll reply to you and love to connect.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel like they're stuck in their 9-to-5 and it's not something they ever want to do, but they make enough money to support their family.
Yeah.
So do that job, but you have to be building something so that you actually will feel like you are living the life you want to live. You can't just stay stuck in that clock in, clock out, and then when you're 80 years old, wonder where your life went.
What drives men to success is a vision outside of what they're doing now, but also there's a depth inside of them of saying, hey, I want to build something that leaves a generational legacy, and a 9-to-5 is not going to do that.
No, only very few jobs will get you there.
This won't work forever, but it will work. Everything I just told you about that could work for an electrician. You could do the same thing.
Yep.
Teach people how to wire a plug. Who gives it? You'll make some money if you try.
If you try.
My online school teaches 18 modern wealth creation methods. Everything I just told you there is not actually inside the school. We have 18 other modern wealth creation methods. When you join, there's a quiz and it says, do you have money to invest? Most people say no. Do you have time? You either have money or time. You have one of the two. We'll turn your time into money, or we'll turn your money into money. And you can join. $49 a month will teach you absolutely everything. We have hundreds of thousands of students, but there's hundreds of thousands of people who don't join, and they're just destined to lose. So you ask, how can people make money? Well, let's go deeper down the rabbit hole. Let's imagine every barista who watches this now tries my idea. The winner is going to be, one, the person who makes the most beautiful coffee, the person who makes the most beautiful videos, the person who works the longest, who tries the hardest, who makes the most videos, who makes his $9 Secrets of Coffee book that he sells on Amazon the best book, who gives the most value in his masterclass, who gets the best coffee beans for his coffee brand. And then it comes down to hard work.
Yeah.
People say work smart, not hard. Disagree. Work smart and hard.
See?
Lots of people are working smart. If you have 5 people working smart and the one who works hardest, he's going to win. I work smart and hard.
Work hard on the right thing.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So there's no avoiding the hard work. This idea that you can work smart and not hard, I don't buy that. I believe you're going to have to work hard, but you have to work on the right thing and work smart first. If you don't work smart, you're not on the starting line. So working smart puts you on the starting line. Then you got to work hard to win the race.
Because there's a load of broke people working really hard, isn't there?
Absolutely, but they're not working smart. You need both. So then, for all the baristas who have watched this, who've decided to take that idea, which I've given you for free, you're welcome. The one of you that works hardest is going to be the one that makes the money. And then perhaps if you make a bunch of money, you can join the war room and then you can come and speak to one of us in person. And I'll say, how did you get rich? And you say, I watched your interview with Rob Moore and I stopped working in Starbucks and da-da-da-da. I'll say, you're welcome, you owe me a car. Ferrari, please. 34.
I like what he said. I like what Rob Moore said, that it's about working hard at the right thing.
Yeah.
I have worked hard most of my adult life. I've gone through periods of depression that now I'm realizing I have the power to get out of.
Yeah.
And it was just my mentality. But I've worked for years on the wrong thing, hoping I would get rich. I put my family's financial future in the hands of other people instead of taking it by the horns. And that's why we created this channel, because we relied on other people to make us money too long.
Yep.
And we had the work ethic, but we didn't have it pointed at the right thing.
Yeah.
That's what you all need to figure out before you start anything, is what is that thing you want to do and become the absolute best at it, and then use online. He's teaching you, you can learn online how to do anything. And so if you become one of those people that people come to and want to learn from, then you actually have something to offer the world and you can get really rich.
I guarantee you, David, that there's some viewers right now watching that are like, I don't want to be in front of a camera. Who cares what you want? Honestly.
Do you want money?
That's the hard truth of life. What do you actually want? Do you want to have a financially successful future for your family? As men, we have to do things all the time that we don't want to do. It's not a means to an end. It's a way of saying, I'm going to do the hard thing regardless of how I feel. Sometimes you might just have to hit record to give value to people and exchange that value, because nothing in this life is free. You always have to work towards something to get something out of it. You have to put and plant those seeds and water them over the course of time. No seed that you water today is going to sprout tomorrow. You have to continuously water and nurture that gift inside of you to say, hey, I believe that I can do this with this. I have this inside of me that I'm passionate about. How do I monetize what I'm good at to push forward? For me, it was crypto. I realized in 2017 that I was tired of working at a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to get out of it and go towards something that I was passionate about. I realized that the biggest exchange of wealth in the modern era is going to be a result of cryptocurrency. Now, is that a controversial statement? Not as much today as it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but you have to see the trend before it comes, and that means getting wisdom from people that you might not necessarily agree with everything they say. We agree with maybe 80% of what Andrew Tate says.
Everything he said on this video is spot on.
Gold. So
spot on, dude.
Put all of your hatred for Andrew Tate on the table and just take it at face value of what he's saying. He just taught you in about 3 minutes how to take what you love to do that you're doing in your normal, average, everyday life and turn it into a revenue-generating machine. It's not an easy task. Nothing in life worth having is easy to get, but it is going to require hard work and discipline. But that is what makes it beautiful.
Did you see what Andrew Tate said about crypto?
Yeah, well, he talked about crypto Twitter. That's different. Okay. There's a bunch of degenerates.
He made millions.
Yes, because he took advantage of it, which he should have, because people in crypto Twitter are a bunch of nerds in their basement, and they're trying to piggyback on the tails of rich people to make money, but they're not actually putting any value into society. I never wanted to be that way. I didn't want to be a rich nerd in my basement that wasn't actually making a difference. That's why we created this channel, like we've said multiple times, is take the knowledge that you have and bifurcate it and diversify it into different fields. Whether you love teaching or being an electrician, fireman. I guarantee you, if you're a fireman watching this and you go out there and you start vlogging about your everyday life as a fireman, you'll get plenty of
advantage
of views.
of what the world has to offer in this moment. Right now, we're in the digital age.
Yeah.
So you need to take advantage of being able to put yourself online. 20 years from now, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube might not be what it is today, but you have to be ahead of the curve. What is the world moving towards? If you do that, that's how you become successful. Thank you, Andrew Tate. I don't know if I'm ever going to join the War Room.
The War Room is more expensive than the real
It's like
world.
$5,000 a year.
Yeah, but that's
But
more
his other one is $50 a month. I don't know. Someday we might join it. Who knows?
do a series on it.
Do a series on what it's like to be in Andrew Tate's college. If y'all want that, comment below. We might go into it just because of you guys.
That'd be fun. $50 a month.
All right, well, we love you guys. We'll see you on the next video. Watch this video again. Share it with those people in your life that need inspiration and to have some kind of focus and no point to where they can go, because this video has so much wisdom in it. But we appreciate you guys. See you on the next video.
1, 2, 3. Wisdom out.
Subscribe. Peace.
Peace.